Hello, today we are making a high-low maxi skirt and it's gonna be stupid easy. Okay, so you're gonna take your waist measurement and divide it by 2. I want mine to fall low on the waist, so I'm going down a little further, like by my belly button, or a little below my belly button, shall I say. So take your waist, whatever that measurement is, divide it by 2, and then this is my selvage. I am working with the selvages on the ends instead of on the side. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go to the corner where it's folded over. My selvages, like I said, are on the ends instead of on the side. And I'm going to take that waist measurement that I divided by 2, and I'm going to bring my tape measure down from this corner and mark it. And then I am going to just pivot around, pivot the tape measure and mark that measurement. This part right here will be how, this is going on the side because I'm going to do a side high-low skirt, maxi skirt. So, but I'm going to wind up cutting this down the center because I want seams on both sides. So this is the side, and it's going to be longer on one side. So I'm going to decide how long I want it to be. And to decide how long I want it to be, I'm going to take it from my waist, take that tape measure, hold it, and I want mine to go down about 33 inches. So I'm going to mark there on the side. So on the other side, I want mine to go down, about 17 or 18 inches. So I'm going to take it from the, and I'm taking these measurements from the bottom of the half circle I just made. So I'm going to have that side one go down about 18 inches. From this marking here, I'm going to do see that? I'm going to take my tape measure and just curve it to that marking, that 33-inch marking I made there. And I'm just slightly marking it. Then I'm going to go ahead and get to cutting. The circle that I've already made, I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut pin this side together. And I did not cut the selvage off, so I'm going to go ahead and cut those on off. Okay, now it's time to lay out the fabric, and again we're going to work with the selvages on the opposite ends and we're working with the width of the fabric. I'm going to use the lining as the pattern. And what I'm going to do this time is I am going to cut this a little wider. I'm going to cut this a little wider at the bottom here, a little longer rather, because you always want your skirt to be longer than your lining. Okay, I have my lining out and I'm going to install a invisible zipper. So what I'm going to do is, this is the right sides together. This is the wrong side. So I'm going to take my invisible zipper, unzip it, lay it face down. Invisible zippers get confusing a lot because you don't know which way to go. Make sure. So what I'm going to do is about, let's see, a little under half an inch, about a half an inch down. I'm going to make a marking. That's where I want, because I'm going to make my waistband from this. I'm not going to sew an extra waistband. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, right there where I marked, because when I make the waistband, I'm going to actually fold this in once, then fold it over twice, and that's how I'm going to make my waistband. But in the meantime, I'm going to put in my invisible zipper face down. Remember that, and fold the top layer where the right side is exposed. Put the zipper right where you marked and pin it in place. One way to know that you're doing it the right way is make sure that the tape is always facing where your seam allowance would be, the outer edge of the fabric. Make sure it's always facing there, and that way you know you're putting it in the right way. For the other side, I'm going to do the same thing, but I have to just do it in the inside, because that will be, remember, we're putting it on the right sides of the fabric with that sticking out. So right now I'm just going to take this over to my sewing machine and sew this in place. I'm going to do it with my invisible zipper foot. I'll show you guys. This right here is my invisible zipper foot accessories. So zipper foot, the different feet with baby lock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that right there, but I'm going to start sewing. I'm going to leave right there where the top coil is that stops the zipper foot, where the stopper is. I'm going to start sewing there. So this is still the wrong side, and this is the right side. So we are going to do the exact same thing for the other side. Okay. Invisible zipper is installed. Next, turn your skirt lining inside out, and we're going to pin it, the rest of it, the bottom part. Sorry, we're going to snip right here underneath the zipper, close to the seam, and open that up. And then we're going to make sure we have that closed up. I'm going to take it back over to the machine and close that up underneath there, and our zipper is installed. So I'm working with the sheer part. So what I'm going to do is I have marked down how far my zipper goes on the the lining. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a French seam. So with the French seam, you take the wrong sides together. I know you can't tell with this sheer fabric, but you're going to sew this, and I'm going to sew it right up to there where my zipper is. Then I'm going to snip right here. But I'm going to sew right up into my zipper, and I'm going to cut that off. Because I'm working with a sheer fabric, that's why I'm doing a French seam. And then I'm going to snip right there. Snip in just a little bit. That's how far down my zipper goes. Okay, so I've sewn down from where I snipped it to there. What I'm going to do is just cut, trim it down. Trimmed it down. Then I am going to turn it inside out. Once I cut the rest of that seam allowance off, go ahead and flip it back the other way and pin it down, because that's how I'm going to create our French seam. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and sew that right down so that we're hiding that seam. Okay, there we have our French seam. So before we attach this to the lining, we have to finish up this top portion of it where the zipper part is going to go. I am going to fold it in just ever so slightly. I'm going to fold it in once, and then I'm going to fold it twice. Okay, do that to both sides, and then we're going to sew it down. Okay, so now I have finished that sewing this down, the little opening down. Okay, well I have some ribbon, and what I did was in the inside, I lined the ribbon along the top of the edge, and I'm just going to go over to my overlock machine and just put it in place. Then I'm going to go ahead and attach this. So for the bottom of the skirt, I'm about to hem it. What I want to do is I am going to do a rolled hem at the bottom, and then I'm going to fold it over and tack it over. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my serger, I'm going to put the left on 0. Then I'm going to put my other, my right on 3. And my 2 uppers on 8. So it'll be 0, 3, 8, 8. So I'm going to put that on the serger. Show you guys how I'm going to do it. Make sure it's set on the R for rolled. Hopefully you can see this. Then once I'm done going all the way around with this, I'm going to go over to my sewing machine, just bend it over once, and go ahead and fix that hemline. But this will give me a little neater effect once I do it. What I'm going to do next, I've done my rolled hem. So now I'm just going to roll it under once, because I didn't have any pink thread. I had to use white. So I'm just going to roll it over once. And then I'm going to just hem it real close to the edge. Okay, the next step is to go ahead and drop the lining inside the chiffon skirt. And make sure that the right side of the lining is facing the wrong side of the outer chiffon. And I just pinned it at the top, and I'm going to sew and connect these two as if they were one. Okay, so now that these are connected, I'm going to finish off the waistband. I'm actually going to make the waistband from the skirt. So what I've done, taken the skirt, make sure I tuck the zipper out the way. I roll it once, rolled it twice, and rolled it once, rolled it twice, and doing that all the way across and pinning it. So I don't want a stitch line through the chiffon, so what I'm going to do is use heat bond. So basically going to use this sticky heat bond as an adhesive to go ahead and finish that waistband up. Next, I'm going to just add hook and eyes. So I have my hook in there, and I'm just going to go through. Then I'm going to go ahead and put the eye on the other side, and then we are done. I'm just going to show you guys the inside finish of that and where I added the heat bond. And this skirt is finished. I'm just going to finish these up, and then I cannot wait to show you guys. Peace out.